Good evening, friends. Welcome to sixth lecture of control system. Before going to explain transfer function analysis of today class also, let me introduce about myself for newcomers. My name is Vishnu. Since 10 years I am teaching across the country. I am expert in two subjects. One is control system, second power system. I trained more than 50,000 students. Among them, many of them are settled at various central government, state government, and top MNC companies and core companies. I am happy to inform this. Okay, let me start the session, that is control system. Once again I am explaining today. And last classes we have discussed transfer function of network analysis, transfer function of mathematics, transfer function with respect to signals and systems, and we are in transfer function calculation with respect to control systems. Okay, now last class we discussed when feedbacks system gain is unity, we can relate open loop systems and closed loop system. The closed loop transfer function can be written as open loop transfer function upon 1 plus open loop transfer function. It is only valid when feedback signal is unity gain. Or else open loop transfer function we written as closed loop transfer function upon 1 minus closed loop transfer function when feedback is unity. These two formulas are valid only when feedback gain is given as unity. If feedback gain is given as non-unity, above two formulas are not valid. Please remember this. Okay. Now let me start some of the questions for better understanding. Let closed loop system is given below. Then its closed loop transfer function is CLTF, means closed loop transfer function. Input is R of S, error detector. Let gain of the system 1 upon S plus 2. Output is C of S. Feedback is unity. H of S value right now given as 1. G of S value is given as 1 by S plus 2. Then he is asking closed loop transfer function. We have two formulas, G of S upon 1 plus G of S into H of S. This can be used at any time, whether it is unity feedback or non-unity feedback. G of S value is given as 1 upon S plus 2, dear friends, upon 1 plus 1 by S plus 2, and H of S feedback system gain is given as 1. By simplifying this, 1 upon S plus 3. This is the closed loop transfer function. Or else, second shortcut is closed loop transfer function is equal to open loop transfer function upon 1 plus open loop transfer function when feedback is unity. This formula is applicable only when unity feedback is given. But this formula is applicable at any time, whether it is unity feedback or non-unity feedback. What is open loop transfer function, dear friends? Open loop gain. That is 1 upon S plus 2 upon 1 plus 1 by S plus 2. Feedback gain is 1. It is also 1 by S plus 3. This is method 2 and this is method 1. And third method also I am explaining. Closed loop transfer function is equal to numerator upon denominator plus numerator when feedback is unity gain. This is another shortcut. N is nothing but numerator. D is nothing but denominator. N is nothing but numerator. Okay, this is the shortcut when feedback is unity gain. We can use this formula or use this formula or use this formula when unity feedback is given. But this formula can be used non-unity feedback systems also. But these two shortcuts or these two formulas strictly can be used only when unity feedback signal is given. Now, what is open loop transfer function is given, dear friends, 1 upon S plus 2. In this ratio, 1 is in the numerator and S plus 2 will be in the denominator. Therefore, in the place of numerator, I can write 1. In the place of denominator, I can write S plus 2 plus numerator value is once again 1. That I am writing here. It is 1 by S plus 3. This is the simplest formula. Let me discuss one more question. Let closed loop system is given like this: omega n square upon s into s plus 2 zeta omega. Input is R of S, output is C of S, feedback is given unity. Then he is asking determine closed loop transfer function. Just now explain the shortcut, that is numerator expression upon denominator plus numerator when feedback signal is unity. This formula is applicable only for negative feedback systems. Already I explained last class or last video, you can refer. We are referring only negative feedback design but not positive feedback design. Now numerator expression is omega n square. Denominator expression is, directly I am simplifying and writing here, s into s will be s square plus 2 zeta omega n multiplied by s will be 2 zeta omega ns plus numerator. What is numerator expression? Omega n square. This will be the closed loop transfer function. Suppose one more question we will take here. Input is our forward path gain is 4 upon s into s plus 4. Then calculate its closed loop transfer function. What is closed loop transfer function for unity feedback? Same formula, numerator upon denominator plus numerator. What is numerator here? 4. Denominator is s square plus 4s plus numerator, that will be the 4. This is the closed loop transfer function. I hope whenever unity feedback system is given, how to determine closed loop transfer function, everybody understand. Okay. Suppose if somebody is asking calculate DC gain for the above system. Calculate closed loop DC gain. Closed loop DC gain of above system. DC gain means, we know in network analysis or control stuff, whatever, electrical or electronic or instrumentation subject, DC systems frequency is 0. Whenever frequency is 0, S is replaced by j omega in control system. Omega is nothing but 2 pi f. When frequency is 0 in DC, S also becomes 0. Therefore, substitute S value 0 to calculate DC gain, that is 4 upon 0 square plus 4 into 0 plus 4. 4 is cancelling. The DC gain of a closed loop system or given system will be 1. Whenever they are asking DC gain, simply replace S value 0. This is the shortcut for any question while calculating DC gain of the system. Okay. Now let's move to another question. Negative feedback system is given below. If the closed loop gain is 100, then the value of B will be. This is the question. This is the diagram is given. Input is it is in S domain by default. Forward path gain, another forward path gain, and another forward path gain. All these blocks are cascaded, and output is C. Feedback is represented by B. Right now, feedback is signal is represented by B, which is non-unity. Therefore, closed loop transfer function, also we called as overall closed loop gain. The formula is G of S upon 1 plus G of S into H of S. This formula we can use either for unity feedback system or non-unity feedback system. Already we discussed. But whenever all these three blocks are in cascade, what is the forward path gain? Just multiplication of these three values. 10 in multiplied by 10 multiplied by another 10 will be 10 into 10 into 10 will be 1000 or 10 cube upon 1 plus G value is 10, and feedback path gain is given simply the alphabet B. But in the system, if you observe, negative feedback system is given below. This is negative feedback. Feedback signal is sign is negative. And if the closed loop gain in the sense closed loop transfer function, or the overall gain between output and input including feedback. The closed loop gain means complete overall gain. Complete overall gain is nothing but closed loop transfer function. Therefore, the closed loop gain or closed loop transfer function already given as how much, dear friends? Is 100. Now, two zeros and two zeros is cancelling. From this, 1 plus 1000 into b is equal to 10. B equal to 9 upon 1000, or else it can be written as 9 into 10 power minus 3. Suppose in gate paper, this question is like a filling the blank. Whenever the questions, some of the questions are in the filling blank, some of the gate questions are these days are the filling the blanks without options. At the time, after the filling the blank, the professors are simply asking up to 4 decimals. Then only your answers will be correct. That means he is asking the answer up to 4 decimals. How to write 9 upon 1000? 0.009. This is up to 3 decimals or 0.0090. 0.0090 will be the correct. Then only the system will take as correct answer. Otherwise, it will not be taken. Therefore, while writing gate exam, it is also one kind of art. Please remember, when filling the blank questions are given like this, if you mentioned up to 4 decimals, therefore represent the answer up to 4 decimals. Don't leave it as 9 into 10 power minus 3. Please convert that value into some decibels, whatever he asked, or convert one more decimal so that your answers will be positive and there is no negative marks even though your answer is correct. I hope everybody understand my point. Okay. Now, we have discussed completely all the things. Transfer function calculations with respect to network analysis, transfer function calculation with respect to mathematics, transfer function calculation with respect to signals and systems, and then transfer function calculation with respect to control systems. I hope everybody understand how to solve various kind of questions, easy level, medium level, difficulty level. I hope everybody clear. Now I am moving to another topic in basics of control system, that is effects of feedback. What feedback is affecting the closed loop system? Let me discuss. Effect of feedback is present on overall gain of the system. Second, effect of feedback is present on overall stability of a control system. Effect of feedback also may present on noise in the system. And fourth, effect of feedback also must present in sensitivity of the system. Therefore, we need to discuss one by one right now. Now, first we need to start effect of feedback on gain. Okay. First, case 1, if you select, we need to choose or select non-feedback system. Let input is R, gain of the system is G, output is C. This is the open loop system or also called as non-feedback system. What is overall gain? C by R is equal to G. This is the open loop system. Overall gain between input and output of the system is G. Now, in case 2, what I am doing is, input is R, I am selecting error detector in order to connect the feedback. Forward path gain is G, output is C. If you observe these two systems, both are same, but in this case I have selected extra error detector reason to connect the feedback. That means for the above system, just I am connecting negative feedback. For the same system, I am connecting feedback. For that error detector I have selected here. Right now I have selected negative feedback. Already we discussed this system, closed loop system, negative feedback. Overall gain including feedback is nothing but G upon 1 plus GH. If you observe clearly, dear friends, in case 1 without feedback, overall gain is G. In case 2, by connecting negative feedback, gain is changed by a factor 1 upon 1 plus GH compared to first case or non-feedback system or open loop system. Now, dear friends, if you select 1 plus GH value, no doubt, anything added to 1 will be more than 1. Denominator value 1 plus GH will be obviously more than 1. If anything is divided by more than 1, that ratio will become less than numerator expression, that is less than G. See, in case of open loop system, overall gain is G. By connecting negative feedback to the open loop system, gain is reduced by a factor of 1 upon 1 plus GH. Okay. Whenever gain is reduced, in basics we discussed product of bandwidth into gain is constant, my dear engineers. Whenever gain is reduced by a factor of 1 upon 1 plus GH, in order to maintain this product as constant, bandwidth is raised by same factor. Therefore, by connecting negative feedback to the system, bandwidth is increased by a factor of 1 by 1 plus GH. Whenever bandwidth increases, it is having large frequency range. Whenever it is having large frequency range, its performance of the system will be better. Therefore, we will select negative feedback system compared to open loop system if you want to go for large bandwidth. But right now you have a question, sir, when gain is reducing, this will be the disadvantage. Then we can improve the gain of the system by connecting amplifiers whenever we require. But when we connect negative feedback to open loop system, the gain of the system is reduced by a factor of 1 upon 1 plus GH, so that bandwidth increases. It is having large frequency operating range, so that noise of the system also less. When bandwidth is more, noise will be less. That will be desirable. That's why we are selecting negative feedback system. Suppose for case 3, input is R, error detector is, I am selecting forward path gain G, output is C. Right now, for the same open loop system, I am connecting positive feedback signal here instead of negative feedback. The overall gain is nothing but G upon 1 minus GH. Now, 1 minus GH value is less than 1. Sorry, excuse me. Some value is detected from 1 will be less than 1. Anything by less than 1 will be more than numerator expression, that is more than G. That means gain is increased compared to open loop system by a factor of 1 upon 1 minus GH. Whenever gain is increased in case of positive feedback, bandwidth will reduce. When bandwidth will reduce, it is having narrow frequency range. The output is not desirable because it consists of more noise. This is the reason why we are not using positive feedback to design a control system. In order to use positive feedback, you require more knowledge. Otherwise, don't touch the positive feedback. Okay. Negative feedback will reduce the gain of the system compared to all the systems. In that case, bandwidth will be more and noise will be less. Compared to all the three cases, positive feedback system have more gain, that is more than G, and open loop system have more gain compared to negative feedback. Therefore, third system have more gain, that is positive feedback. Next, first system have more gain, that is open loop compared to negative feedback system. I hope from this analysis everybody understand effect of feedback is present, gain of the system. Okay. Now second discussion, effect of feedback on stability. Already in basic class we have discussed whenever we design a good control system, stability is one of the most important character. Therefore, we need to be concerned more on stability of a control system. What is stability definition? If you apply a finite input to the system, that is for LTI system, output of the system also finite. That is, if you apply bounded input to the system, output also must be bounded. Then only the system is said to be stable. Or else, if you apply input to the system is 0, then output of the system also must be 0 in order to maintain stability of a closed loop control system. Now, dear friends, already we discussed in basics, open loop systems are more stable. Open loop system stability is more stable compared to closed loop system stability, provided if there is no disturbance in a system. Already we discussed in basics. Right now, let me explain in depth about the stability. No doubt open loop systems are more stable compared to closed loop system, provided there is no disturbance in the system. Right now, I am selecting a negative feedback system because negative feedback system is more desirable. Just we discussed in the case of gain right now. This is the closed loop system, and overall gain C by R is equal to G upon 1 plus GH. Suppose if you select this system is stable system, no doubt it is having finite gain right now. What is the meaning of unstable system in general? If output is out of control, then system is unstable. If output is controlled, definitely the system is stable system. Once again I am repeating, Generally, what is the meaning of unstable system? If output is out of control or infinite value, then system is unstable. If output is under control or finite value or bounded value, then system is stable system. Right now, output is bounded value. Let assumption. I have selected mathematically g of s into h of s value as -1. Whenever I selected, this is already stable system because it is having finite gain, I have finite output. Suddenly I have selected gs into hs value is -1. Therefore denominator value is 0. Anything by 0 will be infinite. Now output value become infinite. That means if this feedback also called sensor, if feedback or sensor, if you are not using carefully, this make this stable system also as unstable system. Like feedback is like what we can say Bahubali sword. Bahubali sword means it is double-edged sword. It can kill the system or it can protect the system. Right now this is stable system, but by selecting GS into HS value as -1, I can make the output as out of control, that is infinite value system become unstable. Like a double-edged sword, it can kill the system or it can protect the system. Suppose same system I need to make stable once again. Input is R and this is G, output is C, feedback is H. If I am connecting one more loop like this, that is another feedback F with negative feedback, then closed loop transfer function become G upon 1 plus GH plus GF. For this loop, we written GH. For a second loop, G into F will be written as GF. Even though we select GH value as -1, this will become 0, but still G by GF is finite. Once again, the previous system is unstable, that we can make right now a stable system by using system feedback effectively. What I can comment is, if feedback is not used properly, feedback another sense sensor, if sensor is not used properly, it can make stable system as unstable system. If you use feedback as properly, it can make unstable system into stable system also. Therefore it is compared as like a double-edged sword. That is the reason why be careful about sensor or be careful about feedback in a closed loop control system. Okay, but in case of open loop system, as there is no sensor, if it without any disturbance, naturally it is stable system. That's why always I can recommend, in case of stability, open loop systems are more stable compared to closed loop system, provided system is under without disturbance. We can also make closed loop systems as stable provided if sensor is used properly. That means feedback is having effect on stability. I hope everybody clear my concept. Now third one, effect of feedback on noise. Let noise I am represented by n. Already we know the undesirable input to the system is called noise. Let non-feedback system I am selecting, let input is R, forward path gain is G1, undesirable input to the system. R is nothing but reference input, it is called desired input. Let assumption one more input is there, that is undesired input to the system, that is represented by N. Forward path gain is Z2, output is C. Whenever there is undesired input is entered into the system through this path, definitely output also will become undesired through that noise. Therefore, there is an effect of noise on output of the system. Hence, we need to calculate output due to noise, that is transfer function between output and then noise. Transfer function strictly calculated between one input and one output. At the time remaining inputs acts as a zero, which means they are present but not considered in the calculations. Now C by N, we can use Mason's gain formula. In Mason's gain formula already we discussed, denominator is del. What is Mason's gain formula? Summation k equal to 1 to n m suffix k del suffix k upon del, where del is determinant. How to calculate determinant? 1 minus. Some of the students are complaining to me, sir, we require more practice to understand Mason's gain. It is very simple, no need to require more practice. Only one step we can get the solution for any kind of difficult question in control system. Believe me, beginning is difficult means finally the results are clear. Remember one more point, friends. If you are feeling my teaching and if you are feeling The classroom explanation is very easy, then exam will become difficult to you. If classroom is very difficult to understand and to solve all the things, but exam will be very easy to you. Therefore, please follow my difficult path so that you can create easy path in your exam hall. Okay, now I'm explaining del. What is del? Determinant of the system. How to calculate 1 minus sum of loop gains. If you observe here, there is no loops in this system. Whenever there is no loops, that value becomes 0. Now, how many number of forward path? As we are discussing transfer function between noise and output, therefore, we need to check forward path from noise to output. There is only one forward path. What is the forward path gain? That will be Z2. To this forward path, there is no loop touching, hence the del 1 also same as del 1 minus 0. Therefore, this value is Z2. Now we can write C is equal to Z2 into N. You can observe here, it is an open loop system, reason there is no feedback. In this open loop system, the output and noise both are directly proportional to each other. When noise in the system increases, output also consists of more noise, which is undesirable, like a blind person. If somebody is disturb the blind person continuously, his output also will disturb because he does not have any sensor to correct that noise in a system. Okay, noise is directly proportional to output. As noise increases, output also consists more noise, which is undesirable. That's why open loop systems are not preferable more in these days. Reason it consists of more noise. How to overcome? Just by connecting feedback to the above system. Reference input, we required error detector in order to connect the feedback, and forward path gain Z2, and this is summing point. Undesired input is entered into system called noise. Another forward path, let's say Z2. Output of the system is C. From output to reference input, we are connecting a feedback path, that is H with negative sign. Now, how to calculate transfer function between output to the noise? This is output, this is noise. How to calculate transfer function? Denominator del. How to calculate del? Del means 1 minus sum of loop gains. How many loops are there, friends? G1, G2 into H into minus. This will be the loop. Loop gain is G1 into G2 into H into minus. Minus also please consider while calculating the loop. Minus G1 G2 into H. There is only one loop. How many forward paths from noise to output? There is only one forward path, dear friends. This is the path gain G2. Now how to calculate del? Number of forward paths is 1, therefore n is equal to 1. Substitute in numerator expression m1 del 1 upon del. M1 is completed, del also completed. Which is pending? Del 1. Del 1 is same as del, that is 1 minus G1 into G2 into H. After that, how to calculate del 1? By removing touching loop gains to its first forward path. As it is del 1, we are speaking del first forward path. If it is del 2, second forward path. If it is del 3, third forward. If it is del k in general, that is kth forward path. To this first forward path, the loop is very clearly touching. Therefore, remove this loop gain by making it as 0. Now, C by n is equal to G2 upon 1 plus G1 G2 into H. From this C is equal to G to N upon 1 plus G1 G2H. This I am selecting as equation 1. This I am selecting as equation 2. In case of open loop system, output is Z2 into N. In this case of negative feedback system, output is Z2N by 1 plus G1 G2H. Once again, because of 1 plus, this value is more than 1. Whenever this value is more than 1, one overall expression will be less than Z2 into N. That means by comparing with open loop system, negative feedback system, noise is less, that is less than G2N. It is noise is reduced by a factor of 1 upon 1 plus G1 G2H. Therefore, it is desirable. Okay. Now, if you go for positive feedback, simply sign it changes. Output C is equal to G2N by 1 minus G1 G2H. It is equation 3. Whenever it is having 1 minus, this expression is less than 1. Anything by less than 1 will be more than numerator expression, that is more than G to N. Now, noise in the positive feedback system is more than open loop system. Open loop system it is G to N. But in case of positive feedback system it is more than G to N. Therefore, negative feedback system is preferable in order to design a good control system than positive feedback system. Now I have a question. The question is, input is R, forward path gain is G1, it is the disturbance here. Another forward path gain is G2, output will be C, feedback will be H. This is the closed loop system. It is having negative feedback. Negative feedback output have less disturbance. D is nothing but disturbance. It is also one kind of noise. By increasing which of the following parameters, that is G1 or G2 or H, the disturbance at the output can be minimized. That is option A G1, option B G2, option C H, D none of the above. Once again I am repeating the question. By increasing which of the following parameters, that is either G1 or G2 or H, the disturbance at the output is minimized. That is a question here. Generally, most of the people will go for option C. That means by removing feedback, disturbance will be reduced. But whenever if you remove the feedback, that will become open loop system. Whenever open loop system is present, the disturbance already more. Just now I have explained in previous case. Therefore, C for Chennai Super Kings is eliminated from the options. Anyhow, D for Delhi Daredevils or Delhi Capitals is eliminated. Why? Because none is not the answer. This much question is given. If answer is none, what is the meaning of that? Now question is, if G1 is increased or G2 increased, the disturbance at the output is reduced. That is the question. If you increase the G2, it is in the path of disturbance. Automatically, output also carrying more disturbance. Therefore, B for Bangalore, Royal Challengers Bangalore also eliminated. Then only increase G1. Then only the disturbance at the output will be minimized. Sir, we have understand mathematically. Please explain by selecting one physical example, sir. Already we discussed, dear friends. We will go for speed control of a car. When we are discussing about speed control of a car, input is reference speed, or my mind or brain will be the error detector, will give error signal. Error signal will control the leg muscles, because in order to control the speed of the car, leg muscles will have control signal over either brake or accelerator of a car, so that car is in desired speed. That we have to check in feedback path. That feedback path is speedometer. This is the one physical example to discuss about this example. Dear friends, if you increase or decreasing the leg muscles, that means right now in previous case he asked increasing, but increasing or decreasing is possible only through leg muscles, but not through brake or accelerator of the car. If you are increasing brake or accelerator, the system will not come under control of the speed. It is possible only through leg muscles. The G1 here is nothing but simply leg muscles. By increasing leg muscles, then only the speed of the car will be controlled if it is over speed. Or leg muscles will be controlled the brake or accelerator of the car in order to get the desired output. That is the meaning of here. One more thing. If speedometer is removed, some people are asking, sir, remove the feedback or increase the feedback. System noise will be reduced. If speedometer is removed, the system is useless system. If speedometer is removed in the car, how you can judge what speed you are going? If you are sitting in the car and enjoying, but outside people understand what you are driving the car in dangerous speed. Therefore, speedometer we can't remove. If you are removing speedometer, that will be the worst system, or we can say open loop system. Okay, we cannot increase speedometer or we cannot decrease speedometer. If you are increasing or decreasing speedometer, definitely output will be affected. It will not give proper signal. That means sensor is not working properly. I can say Already we discussed variations in feedback path parameters are more sensitive compared to forward path parameters. Suppose my leg muscles are not working properly, maybe my legs are stuck at the time. I can't apply brake or accelerator properly, so that the output may varies. Whenever output varies, immediately I can find in speedometer with the help of my mind or brain. I can change, I can correct that error with the help of any one of these things, because my leg muscles will not work permanently. It is not possible. That means any one of the forward path parameter varies, output varies. That easily can be controlled by feedback path. If feedback path parameter varies, who is there to control? Nothing. Nobody is there to control. Therefore, feedback never increase, never decrease. It must be constant in control system. Please remember this basics. Feedback must be constant in control system. But forward path parameter may vary. That can be corrected by feedback path parameter. But feedback path parameter does not vary in control system. Otherwise, the system will collapse in the control system. So let's say the forward path parameters are children's in the home. Feedback path parameters are like parents in the home. If children are doing mistake, output may affect of them. Who is there to correct? Parents are there to correct. Parents as like a sensor. If parents are doing mistake, entire home family will be collapsed. Therefore, parents must be constant. Even children are variable. They can correct. If children are constant, parents are constant, that is ideal system. No doubt. Suppose forward path parameters like a students in the classroom, feedback path parameters like a teacher in the classroom. If students are doing mistakes in the questions, we will correct, teacher can correct, so that in the GATE or ESC paper there is no chance of mistake. If teacher is doing mistakes in the classroom, the students not only continuing mistakes in the classroom, they will also do same mistakes in all kind of exams. Their life will be collapsed. Therefore, feedback path parameter must be constant while designing a control system, whereas forward path parameter may vary. That variations can be reduced by feedback path parameter. Therefore, my dear friends, never increase the feedback or never decrease the feedback, because feedback is constant term in control system. Now, in the previous slides, what we understand, noise effect is reduced at the output just by connecting negative feedback rather than positive feedback. Therefore, negative feedback systems are more useful compared to positive feedback systems. I hope everybody clear about this. And thank you. Tomorrow we'll discuss effect of feedback on sensitivity.